on this tiny little Greek island. No, I'm not in my studio today, as you can very well see. My studio has come outside on the veranda. You can see a reflection of my view um, in the window there. Today I have uh, just some reorganizing to do. I've been talking about being um coming back into focus, coming back into my regular balance uh, in my um, in my painting world. There's a couple of things that I need to do. So when you get like uh, blown out of your that zone space, because we can't always be in the zone. Wouldn't it be great if we could? I don't know, maybe some like real special uh, Buddha types out there have always been in the zone, and they just living in the zone every moment of their lives. It's a great concept, one that I cannot quite grasp onto. So I have been blown out of my inner balanced world and finding ways to come back. And so yesterday was my first real attempt at coming back into this inner space and this creative space and coming back into balance. I didn't do a very good job. I came on, by the way, for those of you who tried to come on and with a live painting, which was scheduled for yesterday. There was no internet. We had another outing. It's a very, very common thing living on this tiny Greek island. It's just part of it's just part of life here, the unpredictability of life. So coming to terms with that, and maybe today will be the day. I have kind of set up a Tuesday, Thursday kind of thing. I only did that once, in fact, but in my mind, it's coming into Tuesday, Thursday, coming on and painting live. And I'm just, my thoughts are just to come in and work on whatever painting I'm working on and share that with you. And just kind of talk about what I'm doing, my thoughts, how I'm working through the painting in that stage that it's at. So, okay, I will. I'm going to say tomorrow at 6 o'clock. I'm going to start with with that second attempt at coming on live to paint. I do know that as summer passes and we get into September and we begin to move back into that season where things become quiet and I'm not pulled out in different directions, that those times I think will be set up very clearly. In the meantime, hang in with me for this summer, and I will put on the calendar for tomorrow. And members, we have a group coming up. Gosh, did we hook up last week or was it the week before? I have to check my calendar, but come into the community, on the members area of the community, and let's get together and have a chit chat. I'll put up the date and time and the Zoom link as well. So give me a minute to check that as soon as I'm done with this here. So I have also, because my studio is incredibly hot as the sun is, well, it just doesn't get aired out as much. The sun comes in the morning and heats it up, and then it just sits there for the rest of the day. I kind of have an eastern-facing studio, which is fine after the morning hours when the sun passes along. Then it works essentially as a northern light kind of studio area. Works fine for me. But the heat stays constant. So I also have here behind me, on the other side of this window, a little temporary new little studio setup, which I like to use when I'm needing to cook and when I've got people, and I can just kind of be there and put in that little brush stroke and work on something and mess it up. And I tend to mess up much more when I'm not able to come into this creative channel and connect with me first. And that also then puts me on the spur of, well, do I want to work on the painting? Should I just wait till I have more time? And no. My answer to that is no. Depending on the type of person that you are, there are those of you out there who can say, yeah, I'm just not going to touch my painting, I'm going to let it go for a few days. And because you're more, I don't know, you just work that way. In a few days, you may set a time and date, and there you are, and you'll be back doing what you're doing and painting and working through any of the troubles that you're working through. For people like me, who I can be disengaged easily, and when there's a lot going on in my life, I need some time to put it all in perspective, right, and put it all together so that I can be in my studio, I can be in this temporary little studio behind this window here, this kitchen window, so that I can cook and paint and come back and forth and just kind of be in touch with what I'm working on throughout the trials of the day. And what helps me with that is that I'm in constant visual contact with what I'm working on. So my mind is being pulled when I'm walking to the fridge to get, I don't know, something out of the fridge for the meal that I'm preparing. I can look at the painting, connect with it, even if it's just 5 seconds, right? But I'm connecting with it and it's working. And it's another trick, it's another way for us to always be there, whether or not you're having a beautiful, peaceful painting day and you're just like in the zone and it's all beautiful and wonderful. It can't always be beautiful and wonderful. There are times when, if you're like me, you get pulled in different directions, people coming over, you're traveling a lot, I'm out selling fish quite a bit. The other demands of life. So how do you keep yourself when you're in those other demands? How do you keep yourself more connected with your creative self? And my answer to that is to, bring your studio into the kitchen, the place where you are regularly. Take photographs of your painting and carry them with you on your phone so that when you're sitting in a ferry boat going across, you can look at your painting so far. You can put it in black and white and see how your value structure is working in your painting as it is today, what you need to adjust, what you need to add, some contrast, high, intense contrast that will just make your focal area pop more, if that's the purpose of your painting, if that's what you're doing in this particular painting. And just always bring yourself into contact with what you're working on. So yeah, with that, you guys, today I will also be in the kitchen. So I will be working on a new endeavor, a new painting. I'm not bringing my large painting in this area. I'm going to keep them small, and just keep on moving with it, connecting. And maybe it's a little gouache painting that I'm going to do, a new study. Maybe it's just whatever it is, doesn't matter, right? I'll pull it together later on, and I'll share it with you. Maybe tomorrow's morning musings will be in my new temporary little studio. But with that, you guys, remember that when you are pulled in many different directions, it only takes one breath, one conscious moment, one breath to recenter yourself, to bring you back, even if it's just for a moment, to this center, to this creative space where you can just kind of connect with that humming, underlying energy that's always there, always available to us, always ready to be engaged and to help you move forward or out and expand outwards into the next era of your creativity. Wherever you are, stay in touch with that. Be inspired, be creative, be you. Have a beautiful, beautiful